Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Dustin is up next in Charleston, West Virginia. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
My wife and I, we feel that we make too much money to have to, each month worry that are we putting enough in savings? Are we doing the right thing with our money? The interest rates have went back on student loans. We never had student loans prior to COVID, and then post COVID, we probably weren't aggressive enough paying off student loans with interest off. We probably did things with that money that we shouldn't have done, but see if maybe get a little guidance on how to tackle student loans the best, and are we maybe saving enough and budgeting, doing our budget right.
Okay. Yeah. So how much student loan debt do you guys have?
She has $203,000 right now.
Ooh, what's her degree in?
Anesthesia.
Good.
Okay. And how much is she making a year?
Combined, we gross about $340,000.
Combined $340,000. Okay. So that's the student loans. And then any other debt? How much do y'all owe on the cars?
We have 2 newer vehicles, and we also have 2 mortgages. We have a mortgage on our house, and then we have the farm mortgage, land mortgage separate. We rent an old mobile home on the farm that covers that payment, though.
Okay. So how much in the cars, how much debt is on them?
They're both a little over $50,000 we owe on them.
$50,000 each? Okay.
Each, yeah.
And then how much, and then any other consumer debt besides the mortgage?
No, we got mortgage, vehicles, student loans.
Okay. Yeah,
else.
And I with these numbers, I'm like, yeah, you owe as much as you make a year, so it's gonna feel tight. Do you guys have any savings?
We probably got 25 right now. We've just, like I said, we weren't as responsible maybe as we should have been when interest rates were off the student loans. We, spent $100,000 building a new barn and
right, just doing whatever you want.
And now every month you're committed to paying that, and you're thinking maybe I should have been more responsible for the past 2 years.
Totally.
So how much should we think about having in savings? Should we go a different route on, put less investing?
Are you doing any investing right now?
We both max out 401s.
Okay. Well, that's going to free up a whole bunch of money if we pause that temporarily, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but should we do that or?
If I had $300,000 in consumer debt, I would definitely pause investing. And here's the reason, because I know you're going, listen, you guys are smart people. You're really good at math. The truth is, making $340,000, you guys should retire multi-millionaires. The problem is there's a lot of people just like you out there who don't retire with that because they think, well, I'm just going to hang on to this debt. I'm kind of comfortable. We're just doing a bunch of things at once, but we're not really making any progress. So I think you guys could crush this $300,000 in debt in 2 years. Less than.
That would be, that would be good. It's just, so maybe pause what we're putting in retirement right now?
Yeah, I would pause all investing, Dustin. I would take your $25,000 in savings, and this is going to make you feel real uncomfortable. I would take it down to $1,000, and I would throw $24,000 at this debt. And if I were you, Dustin, I'm like, if it's $100,000 in cars, even though your income can somewhat justify it, we don't want it more than half of your annual income, so it technically could justify it. But almost for the act of it, I would get rid of them. How much do you think you could sell them for?
We could probably clear 10 on each.
So you'd make $20,000 total?
Yeah.
And use that, you could buy a used car for $10,000 to putz around in for now?
Yeah. And then, like our family, my wife's family, I guess, they got used. So you look at that, and they're always working on those cars. So how much is the benefit?
Well, a reliable used car.
How to get rid of them.
Yes. Yeah.
They're so expensive nowadays. I think that's.
Yeah, you purchased a really expensive car, so you definitely know. But man, you make
$340,000.
$340,000.
You can find a $12,000 Honda Civic that's going to get you guys around for a year. I'm not saying to drive it for 10 years, but be driving it for a year, Dustin. I'm like, because what you guys need, there's a radical mindset shift that needs to happen for you guys. You've been doing your plan and it's not working. You make $350,000, and I'm not trying to come down on you too hard, Dustin, but there's people listening right now that think, holy crap.
Rachel's being nice. They're angry at Dustin going, oh my gosh.
I could be doing so much with that income, and they're still feeling stressed. Like, this is crazy. So there needs to be a radical shakeup, Dustin. You guys, you and your wife need to sit down and feel like we've done this all wrong. Like, we have to do the complete opposite of what we've been doing, which means selling stuff. Yes, buying a $12,000 car. I mean, doing things that are so different than what you guys have been doing, tackling this debt, getting savings. Because if I told you, Dustin, that, gosh, I mean, we could sit here and run the numbers, but I'm like, I mean, within 9 months, if you guys sold these cars and took your income and paused investing, threw everything at it, you could look up by next summer, be almost debt free. And then you guys could even look up and say, oh my gosh, you know, we're going to have savings with that income, having no payments, how much you're going to be able to save a 3 to 6 months worth of expenses for an emergency fund, have that in place, and then start investing. Like, your whole financial world, Dustin, could look completely different in 18 months, completely different. But that means you guys are going to have to do some really different stuff. And I would encourage you. I want you to stay on the line, Dustin, because I want to give you Financial Peace University. This is our 9-lesson course that I want you and your wife to sit down and go through. This is the basics of money, and it is the fastest way to build wealth from point A to point B that's sustainable. And man, I'm so hopeful. And you guys live in Charleston, West Virginia. You're not out in LA, California with insane
making
lifestyle.
that kind of money.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys can do this. Like, you have so much going for you. But you have to have the discipline. You have to look at money in a completely different way. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but I think that's good, Dustin, because you guys have been real comfortable for a while until it's caught up with you. So continue that. But man, $350,000 a year can do a lot for you guys, and it's only working for the bank right now.
You'll get there fast, man, if you follow this plan. This is The Ramsey Show.